Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about Kali Ma for a little while. Now, who is Kali Ma and who is she to me? Kali Ma is the female side of God that I recognize and worship. I believe that all the gods in Hinduism are part of one God. Now, you can't say that all Hindus believe this, but a lot of Hindus do, that all the different gods are the different basic faces and functions of the one God. And from my understanding, that's what most Hindus believe. Now, you can't say all Hindus for this or that, because there is no all Hindus believe this or that, because there's so many different beliefs that are accepted in Hinduism and people incorporated, that there's no one consensus, and that's how it survives for so long, and how it accepts so many different kinds of people into the culture. But back to Kali Ma. Kali Ma is both a warrior and a mother god. She protects her children. She gets us to basically eat our vegetables. If you want me to give you an example, she might push us to renounce a habit that we have in our lives that has destroyed a lot of who we are, or she might push us towards meeting someone that would be better for us than who we're actually interested in, as far as a mate, a wife, a husband, a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to, whatever kind of relationship you're interested in the realm of romance. But she has certainly had a very large impact in my life, because I've felt her presence a lot of the time, and I can do that very easily by looking into my third eye, basically raising the eyes up to this point and imagining a form of light, a form of Kali Ma emitting light. Now, I'm not going to give you the full picture that I see when I envision Kali Ma. It's not one that has been given to me. It's one that I composed, basically, or I believe was given to me by Kali Ma, but not given to me by a human being. And because she can be behind every thought. That's the thing about gods and the one God, is that you can't just hide in your head. Your consciousness has a code that it sends out, and that is readable. And of course, they don't have to read it in real time, because gods and God are not bound by time. But when I envision Kali Ma, I look to the third eye, and then I see a female light form that's very large, and mainly just like midsection up, and it's emitting light towards me. And that's what I envision when I think for food, when I'm trying to meditate at certain times, and I envision that and try to hold that picture. And when you start visualizing in meditation, it's going to be in flashes. It's not going to be all at once. So you'll get better over time maintaining that image in your mind's eye that you're trying to focus on, that you're trying to feel and experience and basically become a part of. A few other things about Kali Ma is that Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna can be compared to like Jesus Christ in Christianity, but Krishna's kind of like the Jesus Christ for Hindus. Not a lot of Hindus are going to like that, comparing it to Jesus Christ, but comparing him to Jesus Christ. But it's a way that we in the West can understand who Krishna is, if we don't have any idea, or we haven't really heard anything or read anything about him. And the Bhagavad Gita is basically the Hindu Bible, in which a lot of Hindus aren't going to like me comparing it to that either. But it's affectionately called the Gita. And in the Bhagavad, I don't want to say it's in the Bhagavad Gita, but a lot of what Krishna says is in the Bhagavad Gita, and I think he implies different parts of God, the male, female, what he is, what his manifestation is, but in other writings, in other scriptures, well, probably just one, Krishna says to one of his devotees, after being asked, "We run to you, Krishna, when we are afraid. Who do you run to when you are afraid?" And Krishna responds, basically, my mother Kali Ma. She is the god who gets Shiv to open his eyes. And these are comparing two different parts of the same being, but these are ideological concepts. And she is kind of like the space in which consciousness can exist, while bringing out consciousness in others and being a definite major form of consciousness in creation and beyond. Kali Ma is also she is also worshipped in many different forms. Kali has many different names. Kali Ma, in particular, is the mother form of Kali, and Kali Ma, she has certain techniques that she uses in relation to her devotees. She can help you live a fulfilled life in this world, and work your way toward liberation, moksha, a freedom from the pain and suffering of illusion, maya, to free oneself from illusion and to see the truth, the ultimate truth, and experience it and be a part of it. That's the goal of Hindus. Not, I can't say all, but of most. And Kali Ma is that being who can help you get there. She is that part of God which desires for you to be there and wants you to come to her and then reach your way into a pure enlightenment, pure liberation. And enlightenment and liberation are kind of the same for me. A lot of people won't think so, but that's just my point of view. I've made an offering today to Kali Ma of flowers and candles and music and incense, puja incense, sandalwood, and I've been trying to focus on her today, and I'll go ahead and show you the offering that I have, and then that'll be basically the end of the video. But look up Kali Ma. Try to understand the deeper aspects of her, because when you see, I'll go ahead and show you the picture I have on my wall. When you see this, it may seem that like Kali Ma is not a good figure, and I'll go ahead and show you this image. But every single thing in this image is symbolic. It's not. Nobody truly believes. Well, very few people truly believe that she looks like that. That's her manifestation. No, people. That's one of her main images because it begs people to try and understand the different parts. And those who don't try to understand the symbolism, those people aren't going to be close to Kali Ma, plain and simple. But basically, the trident that looks like some kind of pitchfork, it's called a Trishula in Hinduism, that represents the command and control over the three natures. Tamas, darkness, Rajas, activity, and Sattva, purity, that are active in this world, this universe, and many other universes. And the head that is held in one of her hands is that of a demon. And those heads all around her neck are demon heads, but also, if you look deeper into it, they represent the different letters in the Sanskrit alphabet. And she uses language, but is not dominated by it. That's what that represents. And she is energy. She is Shakti. That's why she's standing on top of Shiva, who is basically material in this world, and energy in the astral. But he's material in this world, and energy is basically being expressed on top of matter. That's the relation of female and male in the way that she represents Shakti and the masculine forms of God, forces. And basically all the adornments are symbols of divinity. And the sun projecting behind her means light. She projects light. And there's a couple other things in the picture that I could talk about, but I don't want to just talk about this picture, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the offering that I did for Kali Ma today. And honestly, a lot of people believe you shouldn't show the offering because really you're trying to get views or get attention, and your offering should be between your form of God and you, or you and that spirit. But in Hinduism, we like to see and be shown pictures of offerings and deities, so that we can kind of think about God together. We can show God the different forms and how we communicate with God, or participate in a spiritual activity with God, or look up to God, basically. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you the offering. And this is the offering that I did for Kali Ma today. And basically we have a bunch of flowers, 3 tea light candles, and some sandalwood puja, which means like kind of like a religious dedication, incense. And that's the offering that I performed today. And I hope y'all have had an interesting experience listening to me talk about Kali Ma. And I really hope that you look her up and try to understand this part of God, because I guarantee you'll find she is quite amazing, good, beautiful in energy, and will help you to realize God for yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and y'all have a great day.